Okay, so I wanted to make just a quick video to kind of go over Trello and the whole idea of it. I have went through this a little bit with each and every one of you, but I think just a straightforward video will do some good. So the idea of Trello is that we have lists and we have tasks underneath them that are draggable. So you want to think of these as almost like sticky notes, right? You can move them up and down, you can make them recur, have deadlines, timelines, you can add people to the cards who you want to assign them with. But the first thing I want to go over is just going off of this center. So right here, this is your center. This is our dashboard. This is our 1 week world. So this is basically the very actionable items that you guys will be working on day to day. And we want to think of it as a funnel. So basically this being the longest part of the funnel and this getting this going up to the dashboard is getting shorter. So basically this is our backlog. This is basically any and all ideas that I have. I want to put, right here so that I don't forget them. Now, at the end of each week, what I do is I move the cards into this week. So when I'm ready to take action on them, I move no more than 8 cards. I've just found that I don't get it done if it's more than 8. And then it's kind of like when I have so many cards and I have only say I had 20 cards in this week and I only completed, realistically 8, because I have so many cards in this week, I'm not going to get that sense of accomplishment. So I like to just keep all of my ideas over here. So this is our longest column, and then going up to the funnel, this is our second longest column, which I drag these ones into here when I'm ready to start working on them. And then before the end of the day, I like to take 3 cards and move them into the today column for what I will work on the next day. So usually I like to keep no more than 3 cards in this guy right here. Now this is my done column, so it's good that this one is actually long, even though it kind of messes up the funnel. But every single week I have it automatically set to move to this side, which is my done last week column. So once I am done with a card, I can move them into done, and I get this nice little thumbs up here. Now if I am, so say, if I'm stuck on a card, so if I'm needing assistance in getting the task done or waiting for somebody to complete their work so that I can get it done, I'm going to move it into stuck so that this today column or that this week column stays nice and clean. So this is my 1 week world. These are very actionable things that I am working on day to day. This right here is my 30,000 foot view of the business. So on your guys' cards, you have alongside, right to the right of the 30,000 foot view, yours say resources slash recurring cards. So basically, my recurring card, it should be right there, but it's not. I just added an extra list over here, but your guys's will be right here and will look like this. I keep my recurring work here. So these are like, random things that I'm working on. And then this is stuff that I'm doing every single day. So I have different checklists, one for every single, day of the week, and this is what it looks like. So if you also want to make one of, recurring standard work for yourself, you can always just add a card. We'll title it example, press enter, click into it. Say you want to make a Monday through Sunday one. I'm going to name this Monday, and then I can put 3 tasks in here, and if I want to do the same thing on Tuesday, I can either just make one. I'm sorry, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to click here, I'm going to write Tuesday, and then I can actually copy them from the one I just made, and then go to add, and then the same things will pop up. Say I do something completely different on Wednesday, I'm going to just manually write Wednesday, and then I can again type whatever I want in there. Now to make it recur each week, I'm going to go to repeat, and then say I want it to repeat on Monday at 4 a.m. just when I typically wake up and like to start looking at my stuff. That's not true. I wake up at 4 a.m. and then I start moving around, but it's not too long after 4 a.m. that I like to look at what my week is going to look like. So I have it repeating Monday, 4 a.m. every single week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, whatever you want. And under the list, I'm not going to put it under resources. I'm going to put it under this week. And then when I start it, I can move it into today. So, and then also the position, I want it at the top, not the bottom, or else the card will appear at the bottom of the list and not the top. So that was just an example. I'm actually going to delete that. And if you ever want to adjust your recurring work, you want to adjust it from the actual recurring card. So when this repeats every single week, it's going to look like this. So if you look right here, this has the recurring little icon, but if you look right here, it doesn't have the recurring icon because this one is just a copy. So I like to keep the master list of my recurring work right here. So again, I want to go back to, this is my 30,000 foot view. So you guys will have resources, so documents that you need to access your work, your recurring cards will all be listed over here. For me, I have my resources, projects that I'm working on, things that I need to think about, and then I have my done last week and my done history, just so I can go through and see what I have accomplished for the week. And okay, so the other thing I want to go over is kind of just good practices with the cards. So I want to, let's see, we'll go on the chef card. So there's not too many people working on this card. You can invite people to the board, by the way. So if you're a manager and we have a new kind of shift lead or somebody who is going to take care of, daily standard opening work or closing work, you want to make sure that you invite them, and you can just press invite, enter in their email address, and add them as a member, and then just press send invitation. It will send to their email. They can download the app. You can send them this video and help them navigate through it. So really quick too, I'll click into this card. You basically click on the check marks as you complete the work. You ideally want 100% at the end of every day. If you need to communicate something to someone, or you didn't get something done, it's always better to give them a heads up and not leave them blindsided, so you can always tag them. So I can go at Kyle, I did not get a chance to, whatever. And then he will get a notification. You can also attach prep lists. So instead of writing the prep list in Trello, you can open up this daily recurring card, and you can tag Kyle, and you can add an attachment right here, and when you're pulling it up on your phone, it'll have an option to take a photo or something like that. So there's that. And the last thing I want to go over is we never want more than one person working on a card. So if you're the manager, it is your duty to make sure that the opening duties are checked off and the closing duties are checked off, unless you're not there. Unless you're not there, we should have a second person, a third person, whoever it is, making sure that these things are crossed off. But say you're working on one thing. So for Kyle, I needed him to make for 10/25, this is the extra keto stuff that he will make. I'm going to only assign one member to this card, and this is Kyle. This holds Kyle accountable. I don't want to do Kyle and let's say the other chef, Mariah, because it's kind of like, who's doing the card? I thought you were doing it. So you're more than welcome to work with somebody on the card, but I recommend always only having one member who is in charge of the card and can be held accountable. I like to do this too. You see Lindsay tagged me to double check the list, and she tagged Kyle to confirm that he got the list, and he did. So everything is set and good to go. Come 10/25, Kyle will move this into today on that date, and then he will move it into done when it's done. Again, Lindsay had mark this card needed to be completed on October 24th, which how you do that is just click into it. You can, let's see, add a date. But yeah, right here, add a due date. And yeah, I think that is the majority of what I wanted to say. The last thing I wanted to say is when you guys are clicking into your daily, standard work, again, if you need to, if you're a manager and you're adjusting, a par or something in the list, you want to adjust it from your MasterCard, which is right over here. Actually, his MasterCard is not over there. Where is his MasterCard? It is somewhere that, oh, actually it's right here. It's in done. So these actually should be over here as the MasterCards. And again, you know that they're the MasterCard because it has this recurring icon right over here. And so yeah, if you're clicking on to what you are doing and you're trying to get into like your opening and closing checklist, don't click it right into here like the first thing that you can click on in that list. This is just a little label card that I made to be a little bit more like aesthetically pleasing when you're looking at the list. Sometimes because I have like all of the done cards set to move to done last week at the end of the week, it will move this card over there, so I just like to move the little done label back so that I know that I'm working in this column. And yeah, that's a pretty good overview of the idea of Trello.